Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today's a lazy, gross, wet Saturday. It's supposed to be wet again later today, so I figured I'd get out in the morning, get a video out for you guys. I think I'm interested in buying a second bike. I think that this BMW is fantastic in every way, but I think I'm interested in getting out onto a track, and I just don't think that I'm a good enough rider to really experience this bike the way it should be experienced on a track. I think I'm looking for something maybe 10 years old, maybe a 600cc, or maybe a newer dual sport or something like that I can take out on track, that I can tool around, beat on, and it not really matter. I love this bike. I love beating on it. I love taking it out. But at the end of the day, it is, after tax, I think like $25,000 and change. And I think right now I've got like $4,500 in modifications to it. From the carbon to the titanium exhaust to the other bits and bobs that I have done to it, and I think it makes the bike look great. I'm happy with the bike. I have more carbon bits to add, so at the end of the day, I might be $10,000 into modifications to this bike. And if I take this thing down, I know you can get track insurance and stuff, but I just don't think that I'm super interested in losing a bike like this, especially with my limited riding skills compared to other people. I've been riding for 9 years, almost 10, and I definitely am not a bad rider, but I have never done any real track riding. Oh shit, what the hell? Of course, the one spot that I go for, I don't have any real track experience, so I want something a little bit smaller, a little bit more nimble, and if I dump it, I'm not like that upset. It's a couple $100 in fairings, and I keep moving. But I'm not married to it needing to be like this perfect bike either. And it doesn't even have to be 10 years old. I'm just saying that's kind of like what I've been looking for. And I've been looking for like an R6 or a ZX6R, or I don't really have any interest in a GSXR. Not because I don't think they're good bikes, I don't really like the way they look. So, at least not the brand new ones I think look fantastic, but the K5s, K6s, it's not my specific speed, so that's why I'm not gravitating towards them. So we'll see what I end up looking for. The thing that got me thinking about it was because I saw a dude on YouTube, Thought Taken or Though Taken, I don't remember how you say his name. See how wet these roads are? I seen him going on the track, and I seen like Mad Max and stuff like them dumping these bikes, and I was like, man, I really want to do that, but I'd be nervous of dumping my bike too. So maybe I should get another bike and just take it to my local track, because near me is NOLA Motorsports, and I think they do some track stuff for bikes. I know they do track stuff, I just don't know if they do bike stuff. I think they do, because when I owned a Corolla GR for a couple of months, I know I'm horrible at keeping vehicles, but I had a Corolla GR for a little while, and they had a Toyota event there, a GR event, a Gazoo racing thing, where you could take your Toyota out there for a track day. So I would assume they do bike stuff too. So that's kind of my next thing. If I don't get another bike and start putting my money towards track stuff, I'm thinking about doing a Fiesta ST build again, because I had a full bolt-on, pretty good Fiesta ST a couple of years ago that I loved more than anything, and I'm thinking maybe I should get back into that and do some track stuff there, because I think that could be a really cool time. But you know, I'm not trying to rush out to spend money right now. I just got quoted to finish my garage and do siding on my house. Oh my gosh, guys, that I know stuff's expensive, right? But when I get quoted $30,000+ to do these like small-ish renovation style stuff, oh my god. I guess I didn't really understand what things were gonna cost, you know, and that's only from one quote. I'll get more, but you know, because I don't plan on staying in the house that I own right now for very long. It's just not a great it's a good area. The house is in a great area. It's just, for me, the style of living that I want to do, it's just not where I want to be. I want to be a little bit further out, a little bit more land, and you definitely don't get that around here. I mean, this is the area where I live, well, within this city area, so I'm just not getting a whole lot of area to move around in, and I've always wanted to be in a more towards farmland. My grandparents lived in farmland. My other grandparents lived in a small town around farmland in Pennsylvania. You know, so that's the style of living that I love the most. But the problem is in New Orleans, I mean, it's an old city, so everything's kind of bought up and taken. And if you want land, you have to move across the river or across the lake. You're kind of stuck on where you can go. So that's in the consideration. I'm thinking about moving to the West Bank. I'm thinking about moving to Homa. I mean, there's a lot of places I can move and still be within 40-minute drive from where I live, from where I work now. So that's in the thoughts. But you know, I'm jibber jabbering along about this kind of stuff, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is I'm spending a bunch of money right now, and I'm not sure if I want to work on the house or just save the money there and spend a little bit towards my hobbies and to this channel too, because I'm really enjoying myself doing these videos, and I want to see a little bit more traction. I don't know, I've only been doing it for I think a month now, so I'm not expecting to see like this big boom, but I would like to have something that you guys want to tune into that's not just me riding around talking about a topic and then going home and editing it and sending it out. So I'm thinking about a project bike, which is why I was like, man, a track bike would be really cool, or even like a track car would be really cool, you know. But I think if I buy the Fiesta, you know, a one that I would want to touch is probably around 15-16 grand, and that's higher mileage, a little bit not as desirable of a year, not as desirable of a package, which is fine, you know what I mean. It's if it became a track car, it doesn't really matter. It just needs to have good maintenance, followed up, and make sure everything's solid. Wouldn't be building a show car, you know, whereas if I went with a motorcycle, because I know, like, if I took it to track, I'm gonna dump it, like I just know it. So I'm more willing to get a little bit older of a bike there, save a little bit so I can buy an extra set of track fairings and bars and stuff that I know will break, so I can just have it. Yeah, I don't know which way I want to go right now. Maybe you guys have some like some advice for me to take. I also wanted to get you guys to give me some advice on another helmet. So right now I'm rocking a Shoei RF 1400 Graffiti Edition. It doesn't really matter. I just like the helmet. It's cool looking, so I just like saying that. So I have an RF 1400 right now. I've had Rurik's in the past, which, you know, everyone says Rurik's build quality is crap. And I will say the version 2 that I had, it wasn't perfect. You know, it was a little creaky, and for $500 I would expect a little bit better. But I went down on that helmet and bashed my head pretty good, and to be totally honest with you, I didn't feel that I hit my head. everyone else just around me was like, oh damn, you hit your head. And then I took the helmet off and like my spoiler on the back was ripped off. Like I definitely hit my head. So I think Rook makes a good helmet. I think it's overpriced, and I think the build quality is good, but like it could use some quality control, at least from the version 2 that I had. I think they're on 4 or 5 now. So I don't think I want another Rook. I'm just saying, you know, my opinion about them is they're not terrible. I've been looking at the Shoei X15, the Alpine Stars R10 whatever maybe, and then a Nolan X804 RS Ultra, I think is. I'm looking for another helmet, 1 for track use, and 2 because right now the way that my helmet mic is set up is that if I don't want to ride with it on, I have to kind of like pull it all off, and then I still have like the chin mount on there, and I just don't want to have that. If I want to go for a ride by myself, I kind of want to not have all the crap hanging off. So I want another helmet, and also it's good to have one in rotation. This one's a couple of years old, so you know, maybe you guys have some advice for me. Money isn't a giant thing with concern for helmets for me, you know, because if I'm wearing something that's gonna protect my life, I want it to be nice, but I don't need a freaking AGV Pista, you know what I mean? I think about last video I made fun of Pista boys, and if you like the helmet and you know, whatever, they're a good looking helmet, they're sexy, but for like $1,500 to $2,000, it's just not worth it to me, because I've heard they're loud, they're, you know, whatever, but they're a race helmet, so, but people wear it, whatever. So I'm not really interested in a Pista. I want something a little bit different, which is why I kind of like the Alpine Stars one. Still aggressive looking and whatever, but yeah, so if you guys have some advice there, I'll take it happily. So I kind of covered me wanting a track bike or a secondary bike, maybe doing a track car, the home renovation stuff that I'm kind of going down. Let's see, a helmet. I think that's kind of everything. I don't think I have that many more. Oh, one more thing. Glad. So I am out of town next week for some vacation. Me and the wife are going on, and I think I'm just gonna do like one big vlog while I'm out there. So I've been doing videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. You'll just get one, I think, on Sunday. So, you know, I'm sure most of you don't care, but if you do, I'm sorry. I'll have one out on Sunday for my trip out there, and you'll kind of see what we got into. It'll be mostly like travel slash fitness content, so if you're into that, that'd be really cool. I'm also thinking about renting a Harley Road Glide while I'm out there. So maybe I'll get a moto vlog out, who knows. I think that'd be kind of cool to see a kind of a different style of bike from me, and maybe get some opinions of it. Not that you guys want a sport bike guy's opinion on a giant road bike, but maybe you do, and maybe you are a sport bike guy and you're like, man, what would that feel like to go to a big Road Glide or a Road King? So who knows? We'll see what I get into, and you guys will either get more content of that or you won't. You guys won't know the freaking difference anyways. So alrighty, I think that's it for me. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I'm really glad that you guys stuck this far through. If you guys have any questions or don't mind responding to those questions that I had for you guys, it would really honestly help me out and give me a better idea on what you guys want for the channel. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. All right, peace.